back to bed, America. Your government is in control again. Here, watch this. Shut up. You are free to do as we tell you. You are free to do as we tell you.
This is Mike Bluehair reporting for OccupyPortlandNews.com. I have a breaking story. It looks like a Predator drone is attacking the mainstream media. More to come on this breaking story. It looks like this Predator is indeed armed. Hi man, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So I'm reporting for OccupyPortlandNews.com, and I've noticed the owner of the Predator drone that I saw looks like it was aiming its weapon system at Channel 6 News. Should Channel 6 have anything to worry about?
No, I don't think so. This is a model, a 1/6 scale model of a Reaper drone, and so the armaments that you see on the Reaper drone are just models. They're not
okay.
weapons.
So, you know, alarm bells should not be ringing. Okay.
Alarm bells should not be ringing, and actually we had this drone in front of the White House 2 or 3 days ago, and the Secret Service agents have vetted this drone to be in front of the White House. So I'm sure Channel 6 News couldn't get nervous if the Secret Service had vetted the drone.
Okay, thanks man, thanks. So, well, you know, all kidding aside, what brought you here to the national gathering of Occupies?
We were taking, I'm the interim director of the Western New York Peace Center in Buffalo, New York. My name is Charlie Bowman, and we were invited to take part in an effort to keep a drone in front of the White House every day in June. That was organized by Colonel Ann Wright. So we took June 30th to be that day. And coincidentally, one member of the Western New York Peace Center, who is a very active person in prison issues, noted that there was an annual celebration of the death penalty, the removal of the death penalty, called the Furman decision in 1972. It's the 40th anniversary that the Supreme Court ruled the death penalty invalid. Unfortunately, 4 years later, they reinstituted it. But he wanted to take part in that celebration, so we decided to get out together. And Occupy Buffalo heard about it and said, "Hey, we'll take part in this, and if you know, please come up to the national gathering, day after that." So that's through that circuitous route. I am sitting here in front of your camera, so it's not a direct thing. We took part in multiple celebrations or vigils.
Well, I for one am very pleased to have seen you here.
Well, thank you. I'm very honored to be here, and I'm glad that Occupy Buffalo moved us to be here. So.
Okay, next question.
Yeah.
If you had anything you could say to President Obama and have him pay attention about these Predator drones, what would it be?
I would ask the president to respect our Constitution, the protections in our Constitution. I would ask the President to respect the UN Charter, which is part of our Constitution. And the UN Charter, as well as our First 10 Amendments, protect multiple rights of individuals, one of which is the right to trial. And I would ask the President also to respect the Nuremberg Principles, which gives every person on earth the right to a trial and the right to a defense attorney.
You're talking about that
I'm talking about
Muslim
drones.
fellow that the drones killed, that American citizen. What was his name?
We have killed 3 American citizens. Anwar al-Awlaki.
Yeah, that's the one that I remember is al-Awlaki.
His son, we killed a week or so later, and we killed an editor of a newspaper. That.
Now, by we you mean Obama and the people that control the drones, right?
Right.
I'm sorry to correct you, but like I have a hard time doing that myself, and I'm trying to train myself not to.
I slip into the we because I'm an American. And
I know I'm an American as well, and we do bear a responsibility for the bastards that run our country. We put them there so that we elected them.
And one of the Nuremberg principles says that we have to speak out when we see injustice, and we are by doing that we educate people, and we try to right a great wrong. And what President Obama is doing with these drones, indirectly, but it's a bit of a circuitous path. But what he's doing is ultimately killing American troops with his drones. Why? Because he has. This is our weapon of choice in Afghanistan and Pakistan.
Yeah, because the justification is that it's less dangerous because we don't have a pilot, and also they say that it's surgically striking and not harming civilians.
Right.
There's no civilian casualties,
Right.
but that's a load of crap. I mean, you just look at the news coming out of these countries, and you can see all the surveilling, all the casualty numbers.
That's right.
Yeah.
But what is the response of people, the survivors of our drone strikes, the surviving friends and families of people that we've killed are drawn to terrorism? And
Sure.
what is their weapon of first choice? Their weapon of first choice is the IED, which you can build for $30 to $50 or so. We cannot build enough drones to wipe out all the IED builders. I mean, this is a $40 million airplane, and an IED costs $50 or so. There is no way that we can stop terrorism with drones. And President Obama, we are asking President Obama to follow the rule of law, to follow the rule of international law. And if he has evidence that someone is a terrorist, he should use the international justice system to make those charges in court, and let an independent body hear that evidence and make the judgment.
Thank you. Last question.
Yeah.
If you had anything that you could say, positive or negative, to the 1%, what would it be?
To the 1%, I would say pay your fair share of taxes. Most of the debt in our budget is due to the tax shelters that the 1% have. It is the prime mover of our debt that we have incurred in the last 12 years. And so if they paid their fair share, we would not be in a budgetary mess, even with the wars that they prosecuted. The main thing is pay your fair share. And,
That's a major part of it, yeah.
And take responsibility if you screw up. And like the Japanese CEOs, they make an apology when they screw up.
Sure. You mean no bailout, no
Right.
no Fannie Freddie,
Right.
auto industry. If you fail at being a businessman, you fail at being a businessman. That's
Right.
your fault. Right.
And so it's actually two things I would say: pay your fair share and apologize to the American public if you put thousands of people out of jobs. That's the least you can do.
Thank you.
Thank you.